Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. I have the Muse Tarot out on the deck, on the table, sorry. Trying to rush through this reading because my lights are about to go out, about to be plunged into darkness, and yes again in South Africa. So just a 5-card reading. Hopefully a reading that is going to be a nice positive energy for once. I think I certainly need a bit of positive energy at the moment, and I'm sure that many of you watching do as well. Rather strange energy in the world at the moment. So the Muse Tarot out on the tarot table. The Muse Tarot, I generally don't squish around like I normally do. It's supposed to be read upright. So if a card flips in here and comes out in the reverse, it's quite meaningful. Just to let you know how this is a little bit different. Now you see. That has happened, which means that there are going to be some cards in the reverse in this reading. Energy at the moment, bouncing around. The reading is, of course, on, as you will know from the title, Catherine and Camilla, and their relationship seems to be a very warm and close relationship. Camilla asked that Catherine take the photos for she's edited the latest edition of Country Life magazine. Catherine's taken some beautiful photos of Camilla, very informal, very loving, very warm, very pretty, just gorgeous. And the two women seemingly have a very close relationship. The children seem to be get on very well with Charles and Camilla. Obviously spend a lot of time with them. So we're going to have a look and just do a quick 5-card reading. Have a look and see how Camilla feels about Catherine, how Catherine feels about Camilla, and then we'll have a look and we'll just dip in to Montecito and see how Montecito feels, especially Megan in Montecito, especially seeing those beautiful photos and seeing what she's missing out on, a family relationship that she also could have had. And to my mind, Camilla looks like an absolute hoot. I would love to spend lunch with Camilla and hear all the goss. It would be fantastic fun, I'm sure. And then the outcome, I specifically want to know how the relationship will develop when Camilla is queen. Just see. And nothing sinister in this reading, I hope. You never know. And quite interestingly, we've got a card that has come out here, which is the 4 of Wands, and I had a little panic because I thought it had come out in the reverse, but then I realized that I put the whole deck upside down. So it's the 4 of Inspiration, which is the 4 of Wands in this gorgeous Muse Tarot. 4 of Inspiration, 4 of Wands is the happy family card. It is celebration, joy, comfort. Your home is comfortable and happy when you've got the 4 of Wands. It's a home where you are welcome, where people are welcome. You can relax, you can enjoy yourself. You know that you're among friends, trusted people. It's your safe haven. This is a safe haven for these two women. This friendship, this relationship is something that they trust. They trust each other. The 4 of Wands is a stable foundation. 4s are always about stability. And here is a relationship that is something that is they genuinely celebrate, they are genuinely happy about, and also something that they can count on. They have each other's backs, and very, very, very healthy energy. Let's see a signifier for the relationship. Temperance, another very positive card, the card of moderation and balance, and it's just we've got a Cancerian and a Capricorn, opposite signs. They work well together in terms of balancing each other's energy. One possibly can get a little bit emotional, and one can be a little bit cool, and somehow they sort each other out and help each other. They help each other. They fill the gaps in each other's personalities. This is an odd expression. It's not one that I normally use, but that is what has come out. So I find that quite interesting. Camilla about Catherine. And this is interesting. She sees Catherine's pain. The Three of Voices is the Three of Swords, is the heartache card in the tarot. She sees exactly how much pain Catherine has gone through with the Harry and Meghan story. Let's point you to the disclaimer. My opinion, tarot reading, just for entertainment purposes. You know the drill. There is a disclaimer in the box below where it's all laid out for you. She really, really, really empathizes with Catherine and is concerned about her and how much difficulty she's been through, how much betrayal, because the Three of Swords is always a betrayal. Somebody's come along and destabilized a relationship. In the Three of Swords, if you're doing a romantic reading, there's very often someone else in the mix that shouldn't be there, and in this case the person who shouldn't be there is the person in Montecito, who we'll be looking at over here, who has caused a lot of heartache for Catherine. Real heartache that we don't see because we see her with her professional look on her face. She really is a professional. As I said, one of them a little bit cool, a little bit detached on the outside, but this is what's going on the inside, and Camilla the Cancerian sees it. How does Catherine view Camilla, feel about her? What does universe want to tell us about that dynamic? She really trusts her and she's learning from her. The Hierophant. Very, very interesting card. The Hierophant is one of the royal family cards. But you can see a very interesting depiction of the Hierophant, because there is a woman in a black robe, a cloak, kind of a mourning sort of figure down there at the bottom. And then this woman who's on these rocks with a hood over her face. She is naked, she's vulnerable, but she's meditating and she's learning. And Catherine sees this ascension, this growth that Camilla has gone through. Camilla has been through hell. Regardless of your feelings about the matter and whose side you're on, I'm not on anyone's side in this. I try not to in this Diana Camilla story. I think they both have their pluses and they both have their negatives, and they are mere mortals just like the rest of us. So that's my stance on this. But Catherine can see how much grief Camilla has been through, but also how she has grown and she has learnt from it and she has risen up, and how powerful she now is. She's a powerful member of the royal family. She actually embodies the royal family on some level. She has been very vulnerable, but she has used that vulnerability actually as learning and to her advantage, instead of coming out guns blazing and doing exactly what Montecito has done, lawsuits, clapping back at people, Oprah interviews for the tiniest insults, tiniest. Camilla has just endured. And this is a huge life lesson for Catherine, going through her own struggles, seeing how Camilla has risen above it all and become so much stronger and wiser. And I almost want to say enlightened. And she does kind of shine when you look at her now and see her in photos. She has that shine about her that tells you that someone has been through it and has in their own selves ascended to a higher level. How's Montecito feeling about it? Madame in Montecito, having a look at this, the moon. Yeah, it's a card of suspicion and doubt and fear and resentment. The moon. The moon is one of those dark cards in the tarot of seeing ugliness in the shadows. It is your shadow self. That is what the moon most clearly represents in tarot. It is the stuff that's hidden, the stuff that's buried, normally in Rider-Waite. This is very far removed from a Rider-Waite tarot deck, just by the way. Normally in a moon card you see a crustacean, some sort of lobster or crayfish or something, crawling out of the seas, being pulled by that tide, by that magnetic pull that the moon has. The things that are hidden in the deep come rising to the surface with the moon. And it's bringing out Meghan's shadow side. It's bringing out her resentment, her fear of being eclipsed. The moon is about eclipses. She fears being eclipsed by these two very powerful women. We have Temperance and the Hierophant. very, very high cards, very high powered cards, high energy cards. I can't stress that enough, that you're dealing with a women who are really in their higher embodiment. And here in Montecito, in my opinion, is somebody who is in their baser nature, in their shadow self. So how's it going to go when Camilla is queen? How is this relationship going to develop? What are going to be the situations? Yet another powerful card. This is actually extraordinary cards. The Magician is manifesting. I'm actually quite blown away by this card. This is not often I see this card in this tarot deck. I very seldom use this tarot deck, particularly on this channel, because I reserve it for high-powered women. And when I say high-powered, I don't mean high-powered in the sense of Hillary Clinton or Oprah. I mean high-energy women, high vibe. Let's use that. High-vibe women. And not too many of them floating around in the day-to-day readings that I do over here in Montecito. But these women are really stretching themselves into their highest embodiment. And Camilla is going to really, I think, surprise people. If she gets there. I've done readings where it's taken away from her. She's spared the necessity of having to do something she doesn't really want to do. A couple of readings I've done on her over the months that I've been doing this channel, and she's like, nah, I don't really want that. I want to be at home in my garden. But I think she's kind of acclimatized to it, accepted it, that this is her lot in life. And if she has accepted it and she does get the gig, she's going to surprise people by how powerful she is. The Magician is the most powerful card in terms of accomplishing things, doing stuff. And again, it has this rather ascended energy to it. That she could be a whole lot more profound and spiritual and out there than we all suspected when we first met her on the polo fields and the hunting, whatever's, tally-ho and all that. She's a lot more than I think most people suspect, but they're going to see it. They're going to see up behind the curtain with that Magician card, and they're not going to see the little Wizard of Oz. They're going to see an extremely powerful and accomplished woman who knows absolutely what she's about and what she can do, and is going to wield that power in a very, very positive way. Thank goodness for this reading, and thank you for watching and supporting my channel. I don't thank you often enough, but I do thank Universe every day for this opportunity to join with you, and thank you, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow.